Right before the most important moments of your life, your body turns on you. Your heart rate spikes, your palms go cold, your mind goes completely blank, or floods with every reason not to do it. And the frustrating part, this doesn't happen when things don't matter, it only happens when they really do. Here's what nobody tells you: that terror isn't random. It follows a pattern so old and so precise that storytellers figured it out thousands of years before neuroscience had a name for it. There is something standing between you and every meaningful change you will ever try to make. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is, why it's inside your own body, and why, for the first time, that might actually be good news. Joseph Campbell spent his life reading every myth, legend, and folktale he could find, from ancient Sumeria to Native American oral traditions to Norse sagas. And somewhere in the middle of all that research, he noticed something that stopped him cold. Every single hero's story, no matter the culture or the century, had the same shape. The hero starts in their ordinary world. They get a call to adventure, and then, right before they cross into the unknown, right at the threshold, something appears to block them. Campbell called it the threshold guardian. In ancient Greek myth, it's the three-headed dog, Cerberus, standing at the gates of the underworld. In the legend of Hercules, it's the 12 impossible labors. In your life, it's that suffocating wave of anxiety the night before you quit a job that's killing you, or the sudden inability to speak when you're about to say something that actually matters. Campbell wasn't just writing about stories, he was writing about you. And the reason those ancient myths mapped human experience so accurately is that the thing they were describing wasn't made up, it was biological. Your nervous system has two modes. There's the calm, connected state, what scientists call the parasympathetic response, where you can think clearly, feel safe, and make decisions. And then there's the other one. The fight or flight response, technically called the sympathetic nervous system activation, is your body's ancient emergency broadcast system. When your brain detects a threat, real or imagined, it fires off a cascade of hormones. Cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. Your heart pumps faster to move blood to your muscles. Your digestion shuts down because you won't need to digest food if you're being chased by a predator. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for complex thinking and long-term planning, goes partially offline. This is not a metaphor. Your brain literally deprioritizes rational thought when it thinks you're in danger, which is great if the danger is a wolf. Not so great when the danger is sending an email to your boss or walking into a room full of people you want to impress. But here's where things get interesting. Your fight or flight response is old. We're talking hundreds of millions of years of evolution. And for most of that time, threats were physical: a predator, a rival, a cliff edge in the dark. The nervous system got very good at one job: keep you alive by keeping you where it's safe. The problem is that your nervous system has no category for emotionally risky, but physically harmless. It doesn't have a setting for "this is scary" because it means something to me. Anything that signals change, uncertainty, or potential rejection gets processed through the same ancient circuitry that once kept your ancestors from wandering into the lion's territory. Think about the last time you had to do something genuinely new. Maybe it was a first date, a public performance, a conversation where you had to be honest about something that mattered. Did you feel your throat tighten? Did your hands shake slightly? Did some part of your brain start generating excuses at an impressive speed? That wasn't weakness. That was a guardian showing up at the gate. Here's something you may have noticed in your own life. The bigger the change, the more intense the resistance. This isn't coincidence, and it's not some cruel cosmic irony. It's perfectly logical when you understand what the nervous system is actually measuring. Your nervous system is tracking deviation from baseline. The further what you're about to do is from what you normally do, what your body and brain have come to expect as safe, the louder the alarm. A minor change produces minor discomfort. A life-altering change? The nervous system responds like you just announced you're walking into a fire. This is why people often feel the most paralyzed right on the edge of their biggest breakthroughs. Not because they aren't ready, not because it's the wrong choice, but because readiness and biological alarm are two completely different systems, and one of them has been around a lot longer. The hero doesn't arrive at the threshold feeling calm and confident. The hero arrives terrified. That's the whole point. And this is where most people make a mistake. Most people interpret the guardian as a stop sign. The fear shows up, the body goes into alarm mode, and the mind does what minds do. It starts building a rational case for why the fear is right. Maybe the timing is wrong. Maybe I'm not prepared enough. Maybe this isn't really what I want. The rationalizations sound reasonable because your brain, in a partially degraded state from cortisol flooding, is constructing a logical-sounding story around a biological instinct that has nothing to do with logic. The ancient stories got something exactly right here. The hero's task at the threshold is never to eliminate the guardian. It's to get past it, sometimes through clever negotiation, sometimes through courage, sometimes through understanding what the guardian actually is. But the hero who turns back at the gate is never the hero of the story. And in real life, the people who consistently grow, consistently change, consistently become someone new, they've learned something about this moment. They don't wait for the fear to go away. They move forward with the fear present. Now this next part might surprise you. Campbell had a more nuanced read on the threshold guardian than most people realize. He didn't see it as an obstacle to be destroyed. He saw it as a test of readiness, not of skill, but of commitment. The guardian's job is to make sure you actually mean it, that you're not crossing the threshold by accident or on a whim. Because what's on the other side is genuinely different from where you've been. Modern nervous system science backs this up in a fascinating way. The same arousal response that creates fight or flight, that cortisol spike, that adrenaline surge, also in certain contexts, sharpens attention, increases energy, and produces peak performance. The difference between anxiety and excitement physiologically is almost nothing. The same chemical cocktail, the same heart rate. What changes is the story your brain tells about what it means. Psychologists call this reappraisal. The nervous system fires, the body responds, and in the split second before you've assigned a meaning to that response, you have a narrow window to redirect it. Not by pretending the fear isn't there, but by recognizing the guardian for what it is, a signal that you're standing exactly where you need to be. There's a fascinating pattern in both therapy research and performance psychology. The people who experience the most lasting change aren't the ones who never feel fear at the threshold. They're the ones who feel it fully and take action anyway. And what happens next is the key. When you move forward despite the guardian's alarm, you send a correction signal back to the nervous system. You are essentially teaching your threat detection system new information. This thing that seemed dangerous is something I survived. Over time, with repetition, the alarm gets quieter, not gone, quieter. Your new behavior starts to shift what the nervous system considers baseline safe. The territory on the other side of the threshold becomes familiar. This is what growth literally is, at the biological level. It is a renegotiation with your own nervous system about what counts as home. And every single time you cross a meaningful threshold, even a small one, you expand the radius of what your body treats as normal. The range of things that don't trigger the alarm grows wider. The guardian doesn't disappear. The territory you guard just gets bigger. Think back to the first time you drove a car on a highway, or your first day at a job where you didn't know anyone, or the moment you said something honest to someone in a relationship, not knowing how they'd respond. Whatever your version of that is, remember how that felt beforehand, and remember that you did it anyway, and survived it, and eventually, impossibly, it stopped feeling scary. That was you crossing a threshold. That was the nervous system updating its map, and the guardian that once stood at the gate of that experience has since stepped aside, because you've proven, through your own biology, that the territory beyond it is survivable. You have done this before. You will do it again. The threshold in front of you right now, the one that feels impossible, the one your body is screaming warnings about, it follows the same pattern as every threshold you've already crossed. The guardian is real. It lives in your autonomic nervous system in structures that evolved long before language or reason. But it is not the final word. It is an alarm, not a verdict. A test, not a wall. Here's the thing about every hero story ever told. The guardian never moves out of the way on its own. The hero crosses first, and only then does the territory become familiar. What you're feeling at the edge of something that matters is not evidence that you're wrong. It's evidence that it's real. It's evidence that crossing will cost something, and that means what's on the other side is actually worth having. So the next time your body turns on you right before something that matters, and it will, you'll know exactly what it is. An ancient system doing its ancient job. And you'll have a choice the guardian never planned on. You can tell it, I know what you are. And I'm crossing anyway. If this changed how you see your own resistance, there's a video right here that goes deeper into why discomfort is the most accurate compass you have. Hit the like button if this one was worth your time, and subscribe if you want more of this kind of content, ideas at the intersection of science, psychology, and the stories humans have always told about what it means to become someone new.